Hello everyone, and welcome to a brand new series called 5-Minute Mods. In this series, I will cover fabric mods in 5 minutes or less. In the first episode, I wanted to cover a mod called Replay Mod. If you don't know what Replay Mod is, it's a mod that lets you make time lapses and replays out of your Minecraft world and experiences. In this video, I will explain to you how to install and also a few of the basics of how to actually use the mod. So without further ado, let's jump straight into the tutorial. To get started with the installation progress, you can go down in the description to find 3 links. Once you get all 3 of these links, start with this one, the installation for Minecraft Launcher for Fabric. Click download for Windows, then go on the Replay Mod page and make sure you download the correct version you need, and do the same for Fabric API, and wait for all 3 of these files to download. After you installed all 3 of the files, start by launching the Fabric installer. When this tab opens up, you get to select your Minecraft version you want to play on, as well as your loader version, which I suggest taking the latest available for that Minecraft version, and you just need to click install. Next step, open your app data folder either by doing the run command with Windows and R or using the Windows search bar. After you type in %appdata%, click OK and launch the folder. In this folder, open the .minecraft folder and locate the mods folder. Once inside the folder, make sure it's empty and you can drag these 2 new files inside. You can now launch the Minecraft launcher. When you get in the launcher, make sure you're actually loading in the Fabric loader. If you don't see it, it should be somewhere in your list of versions. After you have all that ready, you can click play. When you get in the game, you can validate if everything worked if you see a little replay viewer icon right here. Now let's start explaining how to use Replay Mod. The first thing you want to do is go in your replay viewer. The replay viewer is a place where you see all your past recordings all in here. But the important part is the settings in the corner. In here, you get to modify a few settings. Enable notifications means if you want to see pop-ups when you're recording or not in-game. Record single player and record server means that you're actually able to record on a server in a single player world. Recording indicator tells you if you are currently doing a replay. It's going to tell you in the corner in the bottom left. Automatic recording means that if you have this on, it's automatically going to record every single time you join a server or single player. And personally, I've never touched the other 6 settings, so you should be fine without touching them. To start recording a replay, simply join a single player or multiplayer server. And to start recording, open your menu with escape and click start recording. You can see in the top left corner that I have the replay indicator telling me that I am currently recording a time lapse or a replay. And if I want like forever pause or some reason, I can pause if I need to like leave the area to get more materials or simply just to sleep. And I can resume it whenever I want. And if ever you're done with the actual recording, you can just click stop. And you need to disconnect and wait for the replay to be saved. For the sake of this tutorial, I decided to use one of my old builds from Solo Season 2 to like showcase how to make a time lapse. I chose this build because it's not too big nor complicated, so I can easily show it off. Before we get started, I'm going to mention a few important keybinds I use to make time lapses. The first one is P. P lets you play and pause your time lapse whenever you need. Second one is B, so in case you don't know where your player is, you can teleport to him, and you can always see first person view, and if you don't, you can shift out and see third person point of view. And the most important keybind is T. T lets you have access to your mouse, which also lets you have access to see all the other keybinds in case you want to see what else you can do with keybinds. You also need to press the button T to actually have access to making keyframes and position frames, as well as exporting your camera. Before you start making a time lapse, make sure that your camera cursor is actually at 0, 0. Then when you have your position to start the time lapse, press the position keyframe. This will select your camera path and put a time keyframe to accelerate time. Once you're happy with your first position, you can fast forward a bit in time lapse and decide a second position. And you can move wherever you want like this. Make sure to go all the way back. You can just scroll all the way back, and if you want to keep it between 20 seconds, this is your render path. So for example, if I'm like maybe a fifth through my time lapse, I'll put it around 4 or 5 seconds like this, and I'll do the same thing, keyframe, keyframe. And then you keep doing this until you get a full time lapse. After you finish putting your keyframes, make sure that your last keyframe is at the end of your time lapse and is also at where you want your time lapse to end. So for me, 20 seconds, and I put the 2 keyframes one last time. If you back out, you get to see your camera track for the entire time lapse. And if you're happy with this, you can play it back by putting your cursor here and click play camera path from cursor position. Once you're happy with your time lapse, you can export it. You export it by clicking the render camera path button up here. For this part, I'd recommend copying my settings for the top part. The next part is very important. Down here, you're going to see 2 different dialogues. If you don't see this, please copy what I'm putting in the description and paste it in here. Here should be ffmpeg.exe, and for this part, just copy what's in the description below. This will actually allow you to export it normally. Once you're happy with everything, click render, and now you just wait. When the replay finishes uploading, you can decide to open video folder to see it inside of a folder. That's all for me today. Thank you so much for watching. If you have another mod you want me to do a 5-minute recap for, let me know in the comments. And if you have any questions about this mod, feel free to leave it in the comments too. That's all for me. I'll see y'all next time. Bye!